Good morning. This is Arlene Arnold, and I'm here with the focus of the week. And I didn't do it yesterday because it seemed a little uncertain as to what was up. So I had the crystalline was the one that came up Sunday and Monday, but then it was like it was changing. And so it's like I wanted to wait until it kind of landed. So here's what came up for today, and this is the strength in red. Now on the card, the complement is the turquoise, so there's a red orange that has a complement of turquoise. But the red, which is what was coming forward, the complement is green. So I have a photo that I had taken that I thought we would use today. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see it. It'll just take me a second to do that. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. Okay. And I will make it large so you can see this beautiful picture. There we go. All right. So this is a red geranium that I have out in my yard, and the background of the trees in the yard. So for me, this is the kind of thing that I would suggest for you this week, is just get yourself outside and find some red flowers and some green leaves and some green background, because here's what's happening. We went through the full moon, and that was a time when there was a lot of grief and a lot of old patterns that we had been working with fell away. And a lot of people were talking about how they were crying and they didn't understand it and that kind of thing. So the grief really came up for a lot of people. And then the other one that came up was guilt. So both of those were coming up to be released. My sense now is that we're beginning to come into a time of creating something new. So I really want to present that to you as something to think about this week. What is it that you are feeling really called to bring forward at this time? What is it that's new, that is breaking through, that is coming through as something you want to put your attention to, something you feel passionate about? So think of this as a time of accessing this kind of energy in red that takes us into creating something new. And just feel your way into what that is. Don't allow your mind to take over, but feel your way, and then allow yourself to say, okay, what are the next steps? What is it that I really want to present, that I really want to include in my life, that I really want to bring about? Because you are the creative energy that brings things to your life, and it has a lot to do with magnetism. So as we have released these old patterns, be sure to be bringing in the new. Be sure to keep your frequency high so that as you bring in the new, you are bringing in something that is part of the fifth dimension. So I'm going to stop sharing because I want to show you something else. Let's go back to crystalline, because I use crystalline a lot to keep my frequency high. I actually bring it into my heart center and carry it with me. I breathe into it. I ask crystalline to spread out into my energy field so that I have that high frequency. So you might want to use both, because crystalline is going to give us the frequency that we want to create in, and red is going to give us the human energy that it takes to put the focus to what you want to create. So that's what I would connect with you about today, and to consider this for the week and use this as a time of creating what it is that you truly want, what you feel in the deepest part of yourself. And one other thing I want to remind you of is those of you who feel that you are highly sensitive and intuitive, our course for that starts next week. And I will include that in the information so you can take a look at it. But I've run into more and more people who are beginning to understand how sensitive they are and how that affects their lives. So we want to use that in a very positive way. And those who have intuitive information that comes or psychic abilities, let's use those in the creative process. Let's use those in bringing in this new world that we're part of. So take a look, and if it calls to you, please come and join us. All right, have a great week, and I'll be with you next week.